Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 27th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, normalish time. Nothing really got me up any earlier than I needed to be. So I got up, got the dogs out, got them all taken care of. From there, got them back in, got them fed, all the good fun with it. The puppy's still, I don't know, it's like a year old, it's not a puppy yet, but the young hound dog is still being kind of slow to eat. He's kind of hit and miss when he wants to eat and when he doesn't want to eat, but he's still pooping and he's still growing, so he's doing fine. He's got plenty of energy. So I went ahead, had my wife make sure her father was awake and up before she headed off to work, because I found the last couple weeks now, I think he's not getting up early enough. Then he wakes up late and then he freaks out and panics and says he's sick, instead of saying, hey, I'm running late and I'm going to be a little slow getting ready to go. So she made sure he was up and awake and he was ready to go. So it was all good to happen there. Went ahead and got a couple things done around the house real quick, and then basically texted him, told him I'd be over there, about 9:45. I think it was 9:45. I'd be there. Maybe it was 9 o'clock. I think the point was 9:45. Don't matter. But yeah, 9 o'clock we were going to take off. So I got the dogs all situated back in the house. Grabbed my drink and a cigar, and I had a couple sun blinds, that like little shade curtain things that mount to the ceiling. Luckily, before I mounted them, I started them out the brackets. I checked them, and the springs inside were broke and they didn't retract, but they were that weird style that like auto retract, and I couldn't figure out how to fix them. So I pulled both of them, are broke, ironically, and I don't know if they got beat up in shipping or what happened, but I called the company. They told me how to tighten the screw. I'm like, well, I did that because it was in the instructions. Nothing happened, so I had nothing to deal with. So, but yeah, got that done. Threw those in the truck, and then basically grabbed my father-in-law and we headed up to Ormond Beach to go to the doctor. Dropped him off there. It was fine on the way up. Usually I have my back windows open on my truck 24/7, just because it can be. I got a topper on there and stuff, but I have the driver's side window down a little bit, and so the smoke from my cigar goes out, and I think he was thinking it was too hot in there because the hot air was blowing in the window kind of thing. So I was like, well, if I roll it up, you're gonna have to deal with more smoke. It doesn't vent out as well. And he's, I'm gonna get bothered him. So I rolled the window up and we drove with better air conditioning and more smoke in the truck. So, but yeah, went ahead, got there, dropped him off, and they had like 4 moving trucks out there blocking the parking lot. It was ridiculous. So I had to drop him off, bed outside the parking lot a little bit. He had to walk in, and then from there I headed over to Lowe's, returned those sunshades. Ended up picking up a couple other items I needed from Lowe's. I ended up tried to buy 6 citronella plants, which are natural mosquito repellents. So my hope is I can plant them all around the patio and keep a little more mosquitoes away in the yard. And they were on sale, 2 for $10. So grabbed 6 of those, and then the lady, that when she checked and make sure they were the right ones, the 2 for 10, then she rang them up, and she rang me up for 7 instead of 6. So grabbed a 7th one on the way out, and she tried to refund it, couldn't figure out how to do it. So I said hell with it and just grabbed a 7th one on the way out of there, and grabbed myself some garden hoses that were also on sale, and they were like 25 bucks a piece, and then 50 bucks for the 100-footer, and it worked out to be like 50 cents a foot, whatever, which is a fine price. But got them home and started looking a little closer, and they were just crappy. Like, they're way thinner than I wanted, just kind of junky. So gonna return them also. I stuck them up on top of the shelf. Remember, take them back probably next time I take them back to the doctor next month to that same spot, because it's literally a quarter mile down the road from those. So, but yeah, I'll return those. They're just garbage. I need to find a really good hose, and I've bought like some really expensive hoses, and they're garbage too. So I don't know. I see Home Depot and Lowe's have like these really nice bright yellow ones they use in their garden center, but they don't sell those. So I don't know how to find a really super high end. I'll spend a couple $100 on a really good hose if it'll last me and won't kink up all the time, all that kind of stuff, because I use garden hose every single day. So definitely is worth the money to spend on a good one, but so far no luck. But it is what it is. So went ahead though, from there finally got down at Lowe's, headed back over, waiting down in the parking lot for him. Finally texted him. It was there for a long time. This place can take, sometimes it'll take like 10 minutes, sometimes it'll take an hour and a half. I have no idea how it's so far off in time frame. But he finally texted me and said he's ready to go, so I grabbed him, headed back. While I was waiting, I called a hot rod shop that also is like a hot rod dealership as well, and I guess they do, I was told they do like air conditioning installations and stuff. So he quoted me like $7 grand to put air conditioning in my Suburban, which is a little on the steep side, but my Suburban's basically worthless without air conditioning, so I'm gonna do a little checking around. They do nice work, I'm sure, and it is what it is there, but damn, $7,000 out the box is a lot, because I know there's gonna be other things they're gonna find in there that's gonna come up with other things and gonna turn to $8 or $9,000 pretty damn quickly. Just get air conditioning. So yeah, not the best thing in the world, but it is what it is. So I had a guy that said he could do it for $1,500 and different company instead of Vintage Air. It's an off-brand company, but he uses the rear air out of a Suburban and doesn't answer his phone anymore. So I don't know if he's out of business or his old man died or what, but it is what it is. So kind of sucks, because I'm thinking I'm gonna spend $1,500, $2,000, and now I'm gonna be spending $7,000, $9,000. It's a little kick in the nuts. So and I had a gentleman come by after I got back from the doctor, dropped my father-in-law off, and then he locked his keys in the house, so I had to let him in the house and whatnot. So after I got back from there, had the roofing guy that I had chatted with before stop by. I had to sign a contract allowing him to pull permit to put the roof on my house. And we got there and we were chatting a little bit, and we were talking about different things. We talked about the using dark humor, blue humor, blue jokes and stuff on things to basically our sense of humor is we use comedy to offset uncomfortableness situations. And we were making a couple little oddball remarks about our life and our family and stuff. And then I went really dark on one of the jokes. It's one of those things where I need a camera, I need a microphone, hit a mic on me all the time, because nobody believed what I said, and I'm not repeating it here because out of context it plays very, very poorly. But it's basically somebody's mother kind of thing, and the whole deal. And he stopped, he looked at me, and I'm within punching range. Like, I know 100% within punching range. Looked at him and I'm like, but he goes, holy crap. He goes, dude, that was a good one. He goes, that was a real good one. And I was like, okay, I wasn't sure if that was a little too far. And he goes, oh, there's no such thing as too far, my humor. So I was like, oh, that's a challenge now. So then I stepped it up again. And the one of them, he had left his dog with his mom for a while. And his dog was super well trained, but he left his dog with his mom when he went out of state for a while, and came back and the dog was now begging for food and eating stuff off the counter and doing a bunch of really poor things he shouldn't have done. And then it was basically, so I asked him, I'm like, hey man, as he's telling the story, I said, growing up as a kid, were you like a really good kid, or were you like a shitty son? Were you a pain in the ass to your mom? He goes, oh no, I was a pain in the ass. I said, oh, it's your mom's payback, dude. She 100% tormented this dog and made it a lousy dog just as like payback. So every time your dog steals food off your plate, remember that's your mom going, fuck you for being a shitty kid, And then she's doing stuff, and found out his mom recently died. And I'm like, good, that's what she gets for teaching your dog to do bad things. And the dude stopped, and he gets like this look in his face. It's like, oh dude, because that's way worse than the last one. He goes, that's good. I'm like, I can't wait to tell my wife these are great. So we had a good laugh about that. So yeah. And then basically he got done, got all wrapped up. I asked him to give me a quote on the house across the street, because it needs a roof too. It's at the age that the insurance is going to kick us off any day now. So might as well get it replaced, see if I can get a discount for rolling both houses into one, and all good to go there. So also he's going to give me a quote to see if it's a little cheaper to pay green cash money over a check. So definitely looking forward to that as well. So, but yeah, went ahead and got that done, and he took off, hung out with the dogs for a little bit, went and got my run in, got that wrapped up, got back from my run. Run just sucks. My foot is just straight fire. It's straight garbage. So got my run done though, got back from my run. Wife got home, we had Sloppy Joe's and knocked that out for a nice little dinner, and then had a meet and greet for a dog that is got some red flags in the description of it, but told him I'd meet with him, and it's over the 4th of July holiday and stuff, which is coming up, which is going to be straight fireworks from, I guarantee, midday Friday until Wednesday night, probably maybe Thursday night even. He'll have fireworks, and then I'm sure the weekend after we'll have some people with leftover fireworks, those giant dumb mortars that go off out of nowhere and scare the shit out of all dogs. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So the dog gets here, dog's a little bit rambunctious, not well trained, doesn't listen the best, a little hyper, and in the talking to him about it and stuff, they said some more red flags about how it does around fireworks and whatnot. And I had suggested highly that they go get some Xanax for the dog from the vet, and also do a test run one night to see how the dog reacts to the Xanax in their house, see how much they need for dosage, and that to kind of make sure, so it doesn't show up here at my house the first time and then end up doing drugs, that might counteract or have a bad reaction. And again, there was just a handful of red flags, but nothing major. And I agreed to watch the dog. So booked it on my end, told them to book it on their end, and then nothing happened. They haven't booked on their end yet at all. So when I went to bed, it still wasn't booked. I'm getting other requests for their dogs, and the more I'm thinking about their behavior of their dog and the way they talked about its reaction to fireworks and thunderstorms and stuff, makes me nervous, makes me concerned about having a dog here I've never watched before, and a big, powerful 100-pound dog that reactions the way it sounds to fireworks are horrible. And that's what Hazy do, like in a crate, like covered up in a blanket, kind of like a cave type thing. Oh, the dog freaks out. Crate can't be in a crate for nothing. Like, okay, this might not be the best time to watch a new dog, kind of thing. So I kind of, like I said, I was at the moment, I had it booked. If they booked it right away, I would have left it alone. But if they don't get it booked by morning with the other dogs I have coming, and it's going to fill up, I'm sure, or close to full up, that I'm going to probably just cancel the request and let it go, because you have a red flag dog that you're not willing to just, you're right there. You should have pulled your phone out and booked it right then. If you're still trying to find other sitters and you're trying to fill your way out, you should have told me that also, but you didn't. And I told you straight up, it's last minute and it's short notice, that whole thing. So yeah, hopefully they'll get it booked. I could use, I don't mind having the money. It's always good to have money, especially when some drop money's too damn roofs. You got $25,000 roof, and then whatever, the cost of whether it costs the second house and whatever and whatnot, it all adds up real quick. So but yeah, got that whole thing going there. They left. I headed back outside, hang out with the dogs, chilled out there, had myself a nice little cigar. It's just humid. It's just hot and humid. And I don't complain about the heat too much in here, but this one seems to be, this one's a bad one. This is my first time really truly complaining about the heat in the 7-8 years I've been down here, and it's kind of annoying. So I'm looking at putting in air conditioning on my open patio, but I'm going to cheat it and throw in a bunch of batteries and solar panels so it doesn't actually change my power bill. So I'll just drop like $5 grand, buy all the equipment and have it set up and basically run my system off solar. That way it's a one-time cost to have air conditioning in my patio. I don't not run a monthly out of my power bill up an extra $100 or whatever. It's just the one-time cost of the $5 grand, and we'll see how it goes. So then I can also convert that to a heater come winter time instead of buying all the propane. So we'll see how that happens. I don't think I'll do it, but there's a part of me that kind of really wants to. So anyway, that's all I got for right now, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.